privilege to be here. My Toastmasters year has been, it's been a challenging year, and I haven't had a lot of opportunities to speak and be stoked because we haven't had a whole lot of attendees. So if I get a chance to be stoked with all of you people, I'm excited about that opportunity. I really love the way Marvelous Monday Meetups rhymes with Moments of Truth. They all go together quite nicely. I can't help myself from wondering if we might adjust a little when PJ goes up next month for the Club Success Plan. Uh, but it's going to be hard to beat Marvelous Monday Meetups and the Moments of Truth. Uh, the key, the reason, one of the reasons I love Leanna is because she's so thoughtful. And the first thing that we need to do as club members and as a club officership is really look at ourselves. And then we'll take the next month to look at our club. And then we'll understand and build and grow and build and grow because because we know ourselves, we know our club, and we write down goals. So our agenda today, we're going to dig in deep to the moments of truth. I'm going to glaze over the club success plan, and then I will review the distinguished club program for anybody who's left. If you have a question, I know you heard Leanna say it. Also, I am saying it. Please interrupt me. It's my favorite way to communicate is by interruption and talking over. So no offense, I have no offense here. I also want you to know that this PowerPoint is available to all of us because Toastmasters has been around for 100 years and we don't have to invent new things. What we do is practice the things that have been working, and they make them a little better every couple of years, and then we get new resources. This is a big company, Toastmasters, and Toastmasters is here to make more Toastmasters. So let's all just, appreciate that. A lot of times folks have to build their own PowerPoints, and I didn't want to do that. So thank you, Toastmasters. Here's the moments of truth. Every time someone comes in contact with any part of your club, it could be your website, it could be a conversation that you have at a networking event where you say, oh, I'm a Toastmaster. Somebody may have, the person you're speaking with may have an experience that they've tied to Toastmasters. I can't say it. I can't say, oh, with my Toastmasters club, da, da, da. Oh, I did that. I did that in high school. Or I remember I went to Toastmasters for a little bit. That was good. Well, the reason it's good, y'all, is because we know how to look at ourselves. And when you realize that you represent Toastmasters, and that not just you as a person, but then also your club, your club website, your Facebook group, the conversations that are happening, the number of engagements, those things. Oh, and then also when someone walks in the door or signs into Zoom. And any aspect of Toastmasters is it's that aspect's first impression. So let's take a little bit of a deeper dive here and look at the list that Toastmasters identifies as their list of the moments of truth. So it is the first impressions. What happens when someone comes to your club? What happens when you advertise? What happens, now that you've made a first impression? How is your membership onboarding? Are you consistent? Do you rely on proven documentation and facilitation to meet your membership, your new member right where they are, and help them join you in the journey to being the Toastmaster that you're bringing them, right? That's a serious moment of truth. Understanding the fellowship and the variety and the way that we speak to each other in a Toastmasters meeting is an attractive element of Toastmasters, and it's a moment that you can pay attention to and watch it blossom. When you pay attention to building community, relationships with the people that you're having, this fellowship, and when you switch things up and have an upside down meeting or have a themed meeting once in a while, or maybe it's all table topics, and the way that you respectfully speak to one another the way that you hand off the stage, virtual or otherwise, that is something that it gives an impression to the people it gives an impression that it tells them who you are. It tells them who your club is, the way that you speak with other people. All right. And then there's a little bit of nuts and bolts there, the program planning. What are we going to cover this year? As a leadership team, what do we need to speak on so that our club comes with us on this journey to ultimately being a distinguished club? And how strong is our membership? What's the pipeline? How is our membership going? And being able to know how to ask these questions for yourself is also, it's not just for this is all for your club. I'm so sorry, y'all. I find abilities to be introspective far too often. These are good things for you to think about your own person, but also for your club. And then recognizing the achievements of our members is critical. And it's an important part of Toastmasters that not every part of life gives us. A lot of the parts of life don't say good job at all. And not only does Toastmasters say good job, they highlight your good job. Hey, is your club bringing up and having an award ceremony? Is that a part of your program planning and meeting organization? Is that something that you as a club officer leader group have decided, like, this is critical, right? All right. I'm getting excited. I love the feedback. So keep emoting. Thank you very, very much. All right. So what you can do is you can set up a survey, or you could just literally interview people. There's all sorts of ways to get feedback. The best way is to have someone who's never been to your meeting before get an exit survey. Hey, did you feel that you were warmly introduced to officers and members? Did you get a name tag? Did you feel safe in the room? Was it convenient to you? Did you get a chance to speak? Were you invited to join the club? Y'all, this could just be your thank you for being a visitor. We appreciated your time. If you could give us 30 seconds of feedback, it would help us make sure that we're the best first impression that there ever was. What if you did that? You could write the email one time and then just copy and send it out to every guest ready to go. And then you're going to see, as a club officer next month, when you come together to build your club success plan, you're going to have a month's worth of data from your guests saying, ooh, they didn't get introduced. They weren't asked to speak. Maybe we should adjust something in the way we're running our meetings so that we can accomplish that and make a better first impression. But if you don't get data, you aren't going to know. So you have to ask the questions. And in order to ask the questions, it does take vulnerability. Because what if you don't have name tags? What if that's not important for you? That's okay. What if you decide as a club that something else is more important as a first impression? Did they feel welcomed? Did they feel free to be their truest self? Did you feel othered in any way? Like, you all can make your own questions that fit for today, but I really strongly suggest that every one of our clubs puts together a welcome and thank you for attending, tell us what you thought element as a part of your moments of truth that you use all throughout the year. And you constantly have that check and adjust on how things are going when you have a new person come in and visit. All right. Membership orientation. When I chartered the Waffle Toasters, membership orientation was, hey, you showed up today. I'll show you how this works. We have a Toastmaster, and the Toastmaster introduces the 3 sections of the meeting. And this is how it went. It went this way for a long while. And then we chartered. And then as a club, as a new officer team, we did moments of truth. We learned that our members didn't know everything. They weren't getting the true full benefit of Toastmasters. And so as a part of our Moments of Truth learnings, we built a whole membership orientation, and we scheduled it once a month, always this day, always this time. It's membership orientation. We post a link on it. If you're a new member, come to this. When they sign their paperwork, thank you so much. We're excited that you're a member. Here's your orientation, right? We were intentional about it, and we had set expectations. But I'm going to tell you a little moment of truth here. When we rolled our officers from one year to the next, this wasn't an important key turnover, and we saw membership drop. It works when you work it. So what I cannot encourage all of you to do more than is just keep these things at your top of mind. Maybe you don't use pins, but did you know that there's some Robert's rules around if you don't sign in and formally induct your officer, your new members? Did you know that you actually technically, according to the Robert's rules, cannot dismiss them from your club? I love Robert's rules because I don't have to make it up. They're very strict and they fill in a lot of questions. So induct your members, show them the importance of the process, the thing that they've committed to. They didn't just write the check or debit their card or whatever. They're signing up to be a Toastmaster. Fred, you know a lot of things. He sent something in chat, y'all. I'm very distracted by notifications. Eldred also knows they don't have to be voted in to be voted out. Y'all, I think I know which learning class I'm going to go to next time there's training. Going to David's Roberts rules. All right. Anyway, let's see here. I've slipped ahead a slide. 2 slides. What's happening? All right. Be intentional. Be intentional about your members, and they will then know how to be intentional members, and then they will become equipped to take on those new officer roles, and then they can grow and be the next Toastmaster who provides the encouragement for clubs on a Monday, the second Monday of the month, the first month of the fiscal Toastmasters year. I was just a member who showed up one day, and I was surrounded by an incredible club, and they invested in me, and I got courageous. So we all start as members. We all start as members, and it's incredibly empowering when we orient our members so that we all know what we're singing from. So it's critical. If you're not doing these things, it's an important thing for you to consider. Now, when you are doing an onboarding, sometimes you forget to ask questions. And sometimes things don't come up. It's a critical place. You need to provide a venue for people to ask questions about how Toastmasters works, about how they can get involved in this or that. It's something that you as a club need to build into your program. And I want to speak about accommodations for members with disabilities because I love disability people that live with this. I have too many of them in my life. There's so many people in my life. And I want to say that accommodations are unique and you shouldn't make them up. You should ask the people what they need. Don't presume that they want a visual description because they're blind. Don't presume that you know more about their disability than they do. Please. People with disabilities belong in Toastmasters, and they're empowered, and people who live with disability who have been in Toastmasters are, in my humble, small little experience, far more successful at the measures we call success: living independently, holding down a job, contributing meaningfully, having love in their lives, right? Like, this is, please reach out to people with disabilities. Don't think they can't come. They can come. They will enrich your club. Okay. I did make Leanna say that about me, and I really do feel pretty passionately. All right. So, fellowship, variety, and communication. This was a funny thing to present a couple years ago because we were all still very much inside and very much all on Zoom. And so it's hard to create a warm greeting space when you have one exact hour from 12 o'clock until 1 o'clock that you get to get your meeting done, and it's jammed in between a bunch of other business that you're just switching from meeting to meeting. Maybe that's not your life, but it is my life. And it's real hard to make it's just real hard to make variety and fellowship something that happens in a club when all you have is Zoom. I really want to be in person. I can't get everybody to come and be in person. So sometimes you have to, so I'm going to close the chat, y'all. There, I'll turn it off. I cannot pay attention. Okay. I think that it's important, and it's something that you can address during your programming discussions, is that the people that come to your club feel like it's a meaningful time. And sometimes meaningful means that we're giggly and we just do table topics. And sometimes it means that we are calm in the space where there's sadness. We had a couple of meetings like that this year. My club is pretty closely tied to a club, to a company that did a significant amount of layoffs. And y'all, it was hard. It was hard to come in and have a meeting, but we had our community together. We had fellowship, we had shared memories and the experiences of growth together in Toastmasters. And it actually brought us even closer when we did have those. This is a hard day. Let's just do popcorn table topics. It's just hard. Let's get out of our hard space for 1 hour. And that's a way that you can build in fellowship and variety. You can meet the moment. Don't hesitate yourself. Don't hold yourself back from meeting the moment. And also being goofy every chance you get, because there's no high score for not having fun. All right. Program planning and meeting organization. As you have observed already in the places that we've come from, I think a lot of what we learn on those first few questions about our moments of truth help to inform our program plan and our meeting organization. Maybe you have discovered, here's how my club works. We do 2 speeches, we do 3 to 5 table topics, we do evaluations. We do speech evaluation 1 and 2, table topics evaluation, and then we do a general evaluation. That's what fits into our meeting. I have been to clubs who do 3 speeches. And then immediately after each speech, they immediately give feedback. They don't break it out. They don't wait. It's so immediate. Like, how did you do that? Oh, they're probably competing in the feedback competition. They don't need half a meeting to pull together their thoughts as they reflect on the speech that somebody gave. Those folks with those types of clubs, that's program planning. And as club officers, we can help shape how our meetings are organized. We can also say, hey, the in-person thing is breaking my heart. Let's go do that, please. We're going to do it every first week of the month. Every third week of the month, we're going to only meet in person. That's a program planning and meeting organizational decision that you can make. Also, if you ever didn't know how to do something in Toastmasters, Google the words into your browser. There are vast stores of ideas. Vast. I knew that Toastmasters had already plenty of documentation on their website. And as a person who now works in operations, I cannot appreciate that documentation more. But not just what Toastmasters has made. Y'all, there are people will just post up 500 questions you can ask for table topics. I think you can think of any yes no question and just end it with and why. Do you have a favorite color and why? So, anyway, I'm being too silly. I love the faces. It's so beautiful. The projects and pathways, the resources on the D7 website on pathways should be referenced by all Toastmasters clubs everywhere in the whole entire world. In fact, I bet they are, because there's so much thorough information. If somebody has a question about the curriculum that is part of their Toastmasters membership, d7toastmasters.org is going to fill up your whole cup. Include a link in your member onboarding, please. When you start and you end your meetings on time, you show respect to every person who has decided to use their 60 minutes or 90 minutes with you that very moment. I had a choice and I chose this. So I want to get out of it what I am looking for, right? And so people are coming to your meetings and showing the respect of starting on time and ending on time is so critical. So critical. It builds trust. It builds trust in your club. It builds trust in your mentorship. It builds trust in your members. They can understand and know what's expected and how to show up because the club is leading by example. All right. And then positive and helpful evaluations. I would like to be momentarily controversial. Sometimes I think we're a little soft on folks. Please, fellow Toastmasters, make sure your evaluations are helpful. Helpful. Make sure that when somebody shows up and speaks to your club, they leave with information that will help them get better. Even if they are already the best, they want to get better. That's why they're in the chair with you. Be courageous. When you take the courage and say, I loved everything you did. And I think if you might consider, however magically you want to fit the words, I have received feedback like, if you would flip the second paragraph into the first, your whole thing would be better. Y'all, that is specific. That is meaningful feedback. Great. Thank you. Thank you. That's what people will say when your evaluations are helpful and positive. I think I could be a boss of people because of my experience in Toastmasters. I don't think I ever got a single skill from any part of my life to help me be a good boss. But now that I know how to be positive and give helpful evaluations, maybe I'll get a raise. Maybe I don't want to manage people, but I mean, this is the sort of thing that we expose our members to, and we nurture and grow and build the expectation. And before you know it, people are flocking to your club, flocking. And then you'll have to charter a new one. All right, let's talk about membership strength. Clubs that have 20 members are strong clubs. True or false? Anybody have a club with 20 members, but you only see 5 or 6 of them? Yeah. That's hard, y'all. Just because you have 20 members, I don't think means that you have a strong club where your members are retained. When your club is making the news in your community. I don't mean, really making the news, but if somebody says, oh, the waffle toasters, oh, that's a good thing. That I've heard good things about them. That's something that's important to me. So I want members who stick around, and I want my club to be a known entity. I don't need it on the bus, which is cool. I love the bus. I love to see Toastmasters ads around, but like not for my club. I'm good there. The way that we create strong members, I think I'm still learning, but I know that being a part of a strong club with all of these moments of truth, being positive and affirming, having people showing up, having a solid um, uh, educational system, which we have, you know, people come because Toastmasters sells itself. Yeah. If you're having a hard time retaining your members, D7 can help provide you with a coach, a club coach. They're not always, just waiting in line, but there are people in our Toastmasters organization here in District 7 that love Toastmasters so much. They want to come in and help clubs get back to healthy. Please consider that if you have a membership issue, if you are not able to hold and maintain strong membership at 20 members or more, reach out to D7. We'll try to find a way together. All right. Y'all, who loves to get noticed? This girl. I want to be noticed. Yes, look at that. I see you. I see you. We don't even have to invent awards, y'all. They've already been invented. We get awards as soon as we can get them. That's a brand new thing. We used to have to send in a paper and get back a paper, and hopefully there would be an award, mail and dollars and shipping. It scares me, shipping. It's a mystery. I don't know how it works. But at Toastmasters with Pathways, awards are the member can put in their completion, the officer can approve it, and their boss can be notified within minutes. Y'all, share the excitement of achievements. We recognize our members, we welcome them in. Why do we not stay excited about their achievements? I think the whole first half of the meeting, we might not get to 3 speeches and all of the evaluations, but we should be cheering one another on so exuberantly because we're all investing in ourselves. Get your exuberance out. All right. When you show up and you show off your progress charts during your club meetings, members start to wonder, what is that about? But you already told them during their onboarding. It's good. It's good. So you see and you demonstrate always the progress of folks against their pathways goals and recognize the achievements of each of the members. And today, Stephanie got her second level 5, let's all just stand in awe, right? Like those big pro pathways, like it's a big deal to finish the whole pathway. It's a 5th smaller for every single one of them. And most folks, if we're telling the truth, they're only going to get maybe 2 or 3 of those big cheer parties. And if you give them the big cheer party, maybe they'll stay for 4 and 5. It could be. It could be that recognition is what wins them over to Toastmasters for life. Not only does Toastmasters want us as clubs to recognize our people, they show us by recognizing clubs, districts, and international leaders on those various planes. District 7 publishes the club and membership achievements, published in the newspaper, the internet. It's out there. You can reference these things on your LinkedIn. And if you keep the distinguished club program at the top of mind all the time, you're going to meet your goals. You're going to meet your goals. When everybody understands that our goal here as a club is to be distinguished because we're doing great things, we get distinguished by doing the little bits of work along the way, by showing up and being a welcoming club, by having space for people to be who they are, by communicating and teaching our members what membership means. Uh, Y'all, the DCP falls into place when you do these things. All right. So these are all questions that every one of our club's officers should be looking at in this Toastmasters month. When you go and you have your club officer meeting this month, walk through the moments of truth. Tell the truth about your club. That's how you're going to be from where you are now to President's Distinguished.